What's up, my YouTube page? It's me. It's 10:13 in the morning, Monday, August 23rd, 2021. I'm here in the office, just getting myself adjusted for the day. Got a lot of work to do, a lot of paperwork to do, and cleaning. Every day is cleaning. I'm just trying to gather my emotions and settle down because I'm kind of a little frazzled because we didn't really do very well during the Fredericksburg trade days. We sold 4 items. Actually, really, we sold 3 and gave 1 away, and we made $11 total. And we spent a good amount of money, and it's just a really big loss. So it kind of sucks. I'm not too bummed about it though, because we did make a lot of connections. Marco found another wood source that's pretty cheap. The guy doesn't kiln dry his wood, so it's not as, you know, it's not as a clean finish or whatever. It's not as a perfectly like beautiful looking piece of wood. It's all dry and rough or whatever, but it's really cheap and we could fix it up. So that does depreciate the value a little bit though, because kiln dried, they dry it to a particular percentage to where the wood over time doesn't keep basically absorbing and collapsing within itself, cracking and whatnot, because it's at a good percentage of moisture. But anyways, just trying to get this frustration out a bit, because I'm just trying to stay optimistic, you know. I'm like trying to stay positive about it all, and just count my blessings, be happy of whatever I still have, and all the opportunities and the routes I still have to take. But it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult, just because I really wanted to sell one of these tables already and have a good amount of money so we could start, you know, moving more forward in our business. But when you have hiccups like this, it kind of slows you down a bit, you know, and then it just makes me feel a bit unmotivated, a tad bit unmotivated. Well, at least in this endeavor, to go in this endeavor. Like, I want to start doing other things. I want to start doing my activist work more, and my, you know, working with that. But it's kind of hard because I know I have to do these other things too with the woodworking, and if I don't, we could start fighting, me and Marco, because he gets all, you know, he tries to hold it in as much as he can whenever I'm not working enough on that aspect of our lives. But I know, I can tell when he's getting frustrated, and it's mostly like this when we're not making money, when money hasn't come in, that he starts getting more like, you know, you gotta get on it, obviously, right? Because money is what makes the world go round. Money, money, money is what makes us all scream and shout and want to go ahead and keep living life, because without money you can't do shit, or so they say. I don't believe that for a second. Obviously, without money, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult to live your life, you know. It's gonna be a little more of a struggle for you, but you don't need money to eat, you don't need money to sleep, you don't need money to breathe, and you don't need money to love. So as long as you can eat, sleep, breathe, and love, you basically are able to live life, you know, comfortably for the most part. It might not be as comfortable when you're sleeping, but you know, you can make a tent or whatever and live off the grid. A lot of people do it. Yeah, It would be better if we could all just, work together socially and economically so that people aren't having to struggle and suffer like this during moments of hardships. But the world works the way it does, and I can't change it, apparently. So they say, I saw a post from one of my aunts, my damn Mary, the other day, a couple days ago actually, where she was posting pictures of her and my mom and my other tia, their sister, my tia Lupi, and other family members that are there in California right now at this memorial that they made for COVID-19 victims that have died from it. And they were looking at my tia Gloria's name on there and, pointing it out and looking kind of happy, I guess, that there's some kind of memorial out there that's going to forever recognize her as a person, that lived and died from COVID. And honestly, the first emotion that came forward was absolute rage. Like, just absolute fucking rage. Like, I could tell what they were feeling, in the picture just by looking at it and by, reading them and whatnot. I could tell they were, out of a sense of I guess closure that's gonna help them to take the next step forward emotionally, mentally, to overcome their grief in losing their sister. And I understand that, so I didn't, obviously I'm not gonna react with a fucking rage, a mad face, because it would be just basically dismissing their whole feelings about it. But that's how I felt, like when I saw it, because to me, what I'm looking at is basically just like a trophy case for the people that I truly believe are the ones that are responsible behind all this COVID-19 mess. Because I truly believe that it's not a coincidence that this was a man-made virus that was purposefully manufactured in order to help thin the herd of humanity, because that is the ultimate goal of the psychopaths that are in charge of this planet. They wanted to thin the herd and, relax our presence on planet Earth, the human presence on planet Earth, so that we're not too overwhelming on the planet, because of how our current economical and social lifestyles are, to where we basically just don't give a fuck about the planet and how we're affecting it. And these people at the top level supposedly do, even though they don't look at their own fucking choices and how they affect the planet. But whatever, that's a whole different argument. And that's what I see it as, I just see it as a trophy case for them to be like, yeah, we did it. And I, it upsets me more too when I'm looking at it and seeing my mom there spending time with this, and I know my family's probably gonna watch this, and honestly, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I really am not. And if you're getting offended, just fucking turn the video off, because it's not gonna get less offensive at this point. I'm just gonna get more upset as I go along talking more about this, the shit that you all don't want to hear and that you all don't want to fucking pay attention to when I'm trying to open your eyes to it, of based off of how it's affecting your personal lives. And I'm not going to try and sugarcoat myself any more than I am at this moment. So if you're getting offended, just fucking turn off the video, because I'm sick and fucking tired of holding in my feelings about all of this. Like, it pisses me off beyond measure. Like, I feel honestly like I could have helped to save my Tia Gloria's life. I really do. If I would have been stronger, if I would have had more support from my friends and family on my journey that I'm going through, if they would have been more receptive to the things that I was saying, so that I didn't feel so, I didn't feel so hurt, basically, by their reactions to what I'm saying, to what I've been trying to say to them for a long time, that it's the fucking generational trauma within you, the fucking generational trauma within you that you keep locked up inside of your fucking body cells, that have been there since you were a fucking child, or before you were even born, even. Like this fucking tumor in my eye that I had. It's a generational trauma that keeps your body weak and helps you succumb to these viruses that these psychopaths are putting out, trying to kill us with. It's the most resilient of us, the most rebellious of us, that overcome these hardships and these challenges that are put forth by these psychopaths to make our lives more difficult, to make our lives end. And no, I don't think that they always put shit out there on purpose. It's just a byproduct of them being fucking greedy psychopaths that don't give a fuck about what they're doing and who they're affecting. It's just, mostly it's a byproduct of that. But yes, they do sometimes, in this case, plan on thinning the herd and killing us. Yes, they do. If you don't fucking believe me, I don't care. You don't do the research. You don't look into the things that I look into. The legitimate information out there that's put forth in front of our eyes, to see that it's fucking real. I'm always looking at the wrong fucking camera. I'm looking at this one over here. It's this fucking camera I'm supposed to be looking at. There's like 3 fucking little holes here. Oh my god. And they're gonna keep ignoring me and keep just blaming, this thing, and just being mad at me and others that don't fall in line with whatever it is that our overlords want us to do next. My Tia Gloria was already so sick with so many different things that she was fighting because of the generational trauma that she couldn't get over, she couldn't move past. They kept her angry. They kept her feeling untrustworthy of the world around her. They kept her feeling isolated and alone, feeling alone.